Hello everyone. Today we're going to see some basic operation on sets. Basic operation on sets like union of two sets, which we call it as A union B, intersection of two sets, which we call it as A intersection B, difference of two sets, which we call it as A set difference B, complementation of a set, which is represented by set to the power c or set to the power dash or set to the power whole. So these are different ways of representing complementation of a set. So if the set is called as C complement is either this way or this way or C to the power of C. And last, disjoint sets. Two sets are disjoint or two or more sets are disjoints if intersection between them is a null set. Alright, so let's take a sum and understand this concept of union, intersection, set difference and complementation. As the word says union here, the first one is union, right? So what is union? Union is joining two sets. As the word implies, union, joining A and B set. So if there is a set which contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as its elements, and B is a set which contains 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, A union B is joining A and B sets and writing. So that means 1 to 10 numbers. Intersection, well, intersection is common. Find out what is common between two sets. That will be A intersection B. Difference between two sets. Difference, elements present in the first, not present in the second. Element present in A, not present in B, are called as set difference of A and B. Complementation of a set. Complementation of a set, which is nothing but in case if what asked is A complement, then it's universal set minus A set. So whatever element A contains, we leave that from universal and we take the remaining elements of universal set. So the same definition which implies to difference of two sets implies here also. Elements present in U, not present in A. Element present in U, not present in A. Disjoint sets, as it's been pointed here, A intersection B must be a null set. Now I'm going to take an example to explain this to you. Example. Let the universal set contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 elements. Let set A contain 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 elements. Let set B contain 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 elements. 7, 9. Let C contain 2, 4, 7, 9 and 10. Now, the first that we're going to do is A union B. Well, what is union? Joining A and B set. I join A and B set and make it into one set. So that is A union B. So A contain 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. B contain 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So union will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. This is A union B. Now, A intersection B. Elements that you find common between A and B. So what do you find common between A and B? Well, A contain even numbers between 1 to 10, B contain odd numbers between 1 to 10, and there is nothing common between A and B. So A intersection B is a null set here. Is a null set. So you either write like that or like this. Alright, okay, now let's see what is B intersection C is. Let's see what is B intersection C. Elements that are common between B and C. Well, I find 7 common. I find 9 common. So 7, 9 is B intersection C. Hope this concept is clear to you all. Now, let's move on to the next one. A difference B. What did I told you as difference? Element present in the first one, not present in the second one. Right? What is the first set here? A set. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 and A. Difference. B I contain 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Well, actually speaking, none of the elements of A is present in B. So that means A difference B will be set A itself here. None of the elements of A is present in B. So A difference B is A itself here. Now let's see B difference C. Now B difference C means the elements that present in B not present in C. 7 is present in both. 9 is present in both. So leaving that, I'll write the remaining element of B. So that is 1, 3 and 5. Right? Okay. Now then what is C minus B? C minus B. C minus B will be C difference B. Element that is present in C, not present in B. 7 and 9 is common. So what are the other elements which are exclusively present in C? 2, 4, 10. Got it? Now, last topic, complementation of a set. So if it's A complement, it's universal minus A. What is universal? Set of numbers from 1 to 10 including 1 and 10. And what is A? Even numbers. So U minus A should be odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Okay. Now what is B complement? Universal minus B. So what does B contain? Odd numbers. So I leave odd and I'll write the remaining numbers in U, which is nothing but even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right. Now then what is C complement? Same logic. C complement is universal minus C. So universal is 1 to 10. C is 2, 4, 7, 9, 10. C is 2, 4, 7, 9, 10. Right? So leave 2, 4, 7, 10, 9, 10. Write the remaining elements. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. That's it. Correct? Yes. So this is C complement. So these are the basic operations on sets. Next, I'm going to explain you the same operation in Venn diagrams. We did with sets there. Now we are going to draw the diagram and show. The first one is A union B. Let's take the first circle as A, the second circle as B, and the box as the universal set. These all are joint sets. That means there is something common between A and B. Alright? All these Venn diagram is for joint sets. So there is something common between A and B. That means intersection exists between A and B. Now what is A union B here? A union B means, in technically what do we do there with sets? We just take A and B together. We join A and B. Yes, here also we will shade A circle as well as the B circle all together. So this is A union B. Next one, A intersection B. So A circle, B universal. What is intersection in sets? Common elements. Whatever you find common between A and B is called as A intersection B. And which area you find here common? This one, right? Yes. Yes, this is what common. And this is A intersection B. Alright? Now, the next we learned is A difference B. A difference B. A, B, universal. What is A difference B? Elements present exclusively in A. Elements that are belonging only to A, not there in B. So that here, the area that belongs exclusively for A, not shared with B. This part of A is only for A circle, is only for the first circle. Whereas, if you see the this region, this is shared by B, isn't it? So A difference B is this. Now what is B difference A then? B difference A. B difference A. The same way we do it from the other side. The region that is exclusively for B, not shared with A. Right? Now, A complement. What is complement? Universal minus A. And what is universal, by the way? Well, everything is universal. Isn't it? The entire box is universal set. So from the universal, you remove A. You remove all the element that is present in A. Remember, universal is a parent set. So it will contain all the other sets. So U will contain definitely A. So I'll remove A. I won't shade A. I'll take the remaining area without touching A. A, B and universal. So this is A complement. So this is basic operations in Venn diagram. Next we will see certain properties of Venn diagrams. Certain properties that we can prove using Venn diagram, like De Morgan's law and distributive property. These are called as De Morgan's law. The first A and B comes under De Morgan's law. This is De Morgan's complementation law, and the next one is De Morgan's set difference law. They might come as a question, like in the exam, only the name will be given, the law will not be stated. Or sometimes the law will be stated, they want you to prove by Venn diagram. So I would suggest to learn the De Morgan's law by heart instead of just knowing the law. Sometimes they will just ask the name, like state and prove the De Morgan's law using Venn diagram. So it's better you know the law. And next one is distributive property. Mostly the questions will be targeting this area, the Venn diagram questions. Alright, now let's see the Venn diagrams for De Morgan's law first. The first law, A union B, the whole complement equals A complement intersection B complement. This is the first law of De Morgan's complementation. So I have drawn 5 Venn diagrams to make you understand this concept clearly. So let me first do the left hand side, which is A union B, the whole complement. So my first diagram is for A union B. What is union? Joining A and B set, isn't it? So let's join A and B set. Yeah. So this is A union B. The next thing that we need to get here is, see, the left side is A union B, the whole complement. I did for A union B. Now it's A union B, the whole complement. So my next Venn diagram is for A union B, the whole complement. How do you find complement? Well, complement of any set, let that be any set, it's universal minus that. So if it's A union B, the whole complement, it's universal minus A union B, isn't it? Universal minus A union B. So universal, that means everything, right? From that I'll remove this. So only the outer area will be shaded. So this is A union B, the whole complement, which is the left hand side, last diagram. Now let's go to the right hand side. What is the right hand side of the law? A complement intersection B complement. So I'm doing 3 diagrams for that. So first diagram is A complement. A complement is leaving A, everything else. Leave A and shade everything else. This is A complement. Now B complement is leave B and shade everything else. So this is B complement. Now you need to find the intersection between these two. Now tell me, what is intersection between these two? Look closely and answer. What is intersection between these two? The area that is commonly shaded, which is just the outside part of the circle, isn't it? So A complement intersection B complement is this. Now this is the last diagram of the RHS. This is the last diagram of the RHS. And this is the last diagram of the LHS. Just see whether they are same. Yes, they are. So we proved it. We proved the first law by Venn diagram. Let's start the second law of De Morgan's complementation. Second law is A intersection B, the whole complement, equals A complement union B complement. Now, again, totally 5 diagrams. Left side 2 diagrams, right side 3 diagrams. So A intersection B. Now what is intersection? Common for A and B. Now what is common in between A and B? This area, right? Next diagram is A intersection B, the whole complement, which is universal minus A intersection B. So leave the area that is shaded in the first diagram, shade the remaining ones. So see closely, I left the region that is shaded in the first diagram. So this is A intersection B, the whole complement. Now let's do the RHS. Starts with A complement. Leave A, shade the rest. Leave A, shade the rest. Then B complement. Leave B, shade the rest. Even accidentally, you should not shade any areas of B here. So this is B complement. Now we need to get the intersection between these two, right? A complement, intersection, B complement. No, I think A complement, union B complement. The RHS, yeah. A complement, union B complement. Now, union is joining the two, right? Join both the diagrams, which means the center portion, only the thing that will not be shaded. Except so excluding the center. If I join these two, I have to exclude only this. Everything else gets shaded. Now this is the last diagram of the RHS, and this is the last diagram of the LHS. They are one and same. So we proved the second law also. The third one is set difference law, which is A difference B union C equals A difference B intersection A difference C. Now here, since there is no complementation, we don't have to draw the box. If there is complementation, then you have to show universal set in the diagram. So there is a point in drawing the box. Otherwise, we can avoid drawing the box. B union C. So first one, as usual, let's do the LHS, which is A minus B union C. LHS is A minus B union C. I'm first going to do B union C. So here the first set is A, second set is B, third set is C. What is B union C? Joining B and C. So this is B union C. Now the next one is A difference B union C. So that means the area that is taken by B union C from A, or the area that is exclusively for A, only will be taken as A minus B union C. Right? So that is the last diagram of the LHS. Now let's do the RHS. The first diagram of RHS is A difference B. First set is A, second is B, third is C. Don't change the order. You may fall confused. So don't change the order of writing the set. Keep it in the same format. A difference B. Area that is exclusively for A, not shared with B. But let me mind you, it can have, we don't need to be bothered about the area that is shared with C. So it's not a concern for us. It's only with B. Now A difference C. So A, B and C. Area that is exclusively for A, not shared with C. But it can have an area with B. It doesn't matter. So this is A difference C. Now as per the law, it is intersection between these two. Now find out which area is common in these two diagrams. Yes, this area, isn't it? This area is commonly shaded. So A difference B intersection A difference C is only this, right? Therefore, the last diagram of the LHS RHS is this. The last diagram of the LHS is this. They are same. Hence, we proved the first law. A minus B intersection C equals A minus B union A minus C. Or A difference B intersection C is equal to A difference B union A difference C. This is the fourth law of De Morgan's law and the second law in set difference. So let's do the LHS, which is A minus B intersection C. And here first B intersection C. What is B intersection C? If this is A, B and C, intersection means common. So this is the area that is common for B and C. The next one is A difference B intersection C. So that means the area that has been shared with B intersection C should not be considered, right? The area that is exclusively for A. Yes, so this is A difference B intersection C. So that is the last diagram of the LHS. Now let's move on to the RHS, in which we first do A minus B. A minus B is area that is for A not shared with B, right? We've already done this for the previous one. We repeat the same thing. Then it's A difference C, area that is exclusively for A not shared with C. Right? Now, as per the law, what is the last step? It's union, isn't it? A minus B union A minus C. A minus B union A minus C. So union means I have to join these two. So let's join and shade them. So this is what we get. This area and this area. So this particular portion is not shaded. Now that's the last of the RHS. See whether this is equal to the left hand side last diagram. Absolutely yes. Okay, so you find this area not shaded, right? And you say the same thing, not area, this area not shaded. Hence, we proved the second law of set difference. The last Venn diagram that I'm going to discuss today is distributive property 1, which is A union B intersection C is equals A union B intersection A union C. So A, B and C. Left side first. So first diagram will be B intersection C. B intersection C means the area that is common for B and C, which is this region. The next one is A union B intersection C. A union B intersection C. So that means I have to club A and B intersection C, right? So So this will be A union B intersection C, which is the last diagram of the LHS. Now let's start RHS. First we draw A union B. A union B. So that means join A and B circle. It doesn't matter to us whether it takes some area of C. We are only concerned about A and B when you do A union B. So this is A union B. Now A union C. Right? Let's check the law once again. Yeah. A union B, then A union C, then intersection of these two. So what is A union C? Join A and C. Now find the intersection between these two. What is the area that is commonly shaded in these two diagrams? See it closely. You will find that this particular area is commonly shaded in both, right? So that will be my A union B intersection A union C. This is A union B intersection A union C. Now let's see whether it's verified or not. The last diagram of the RHS is this, and the last diagram of the LHS also the same. Therefore, we proved the first property of distributive. The second one, I hope you must be comfortable enough to do it on your own. Hope you understood this. Watch it again if you have doubt. Put your comments. In case of any doubt, you can put it in the comment box. Thank you.